our lovely viewers. We have great man here. Sir, you're welcome to NMTC Campus Vibes. Can you please introduce yourself to us?
All right, thank you very much. My name is Michael Na. I currently teach at the Public Health Nursing School, Korle. Right, I think that's a little about me.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Michael Na. Can you please tell us about how your phase of NMTC is planned?
All right, so to begin with, let me state that this is one of the entertainment shows that most schools, and to be specific, the Student Representative Council hosts annually. And as part of their programs, they do this to unearth talents or potentials that their colleagues who are just entering into the colleges or the schools have. So it's a way of entertaining themselves, though. But let me state that they have, or these programs have several benefits to the entire students,
Okay.
especially those who participate in such programs. To mention, I think aside the entertainment, as I mentioned, it also bring up the various potentials or talents or the skills that these future nurses have in them. It also exposes them to how to even speak publicly. So public speaking, which is one aspect that the program enhances. These students are able to communicate so effectively. So how to even talk, which word sentences to use. So it builds them up in public speaking and enhances them the communication skills that they need.
Okay.
Again, I would like to add also that aside that, it give them some form of control. It builds their self confidence and even
Sure.
their self esteem to
Okay.
a certain limit, which ordinarily they might not have known. But exposing themselves to that program or such programs is able to tell them that, oh, after all, I'm able to do this and that. So I don't know whether I've answered the question to your satisfaction. There are a lot of benefits, which I think
Okay.
um, if you want me to add, I could say that they also through this program, okay, it builds them as leaders.
Sure.
Builds them as leaders because some of them come out of this stage. They say, "Oh, if I can do this, then why don't I even go further to do A, B, and C?" So
Okay.
by the time they are through the school, you will see that they might have matured in some form of leadership skills.
Exactly.
And most people are there to also mentor them into these leadership skills.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Na. Can you please tell us how the financing is also done?
Right. To the best of my knowledge, I think most of the programs or the activities when it comes to the pageantry shows are financed by the SRC. And a chunk of it is by the individual participants or
Okay.
pageants. Because I know they go to the extent of raising funds to support their own activities. They have some section which is soliciting for votes from the
Sure.
public and the student body, and a whole lot. And because it's an entertainment show, I think we can equate it to the other pageantry shows that are done nationally, which are televised on TV. They don't have sponsorships. So I think that's one area that we are trying to veer into how best we can bring corporate bodies or institutions to sponsor these programs on our campuses. Because the students, they struggle to finance their programs. I think they would have to buy their own wares, that the dresses they use,
Sure.
everything that they use, they have to finance for themselves. I don't know how they get the money, so, but that is how it is. So one area that I personally am interested in how best we can bring in those institutions or corporate bodies. If it's about dressing, which printing or fabrics can support them so that at least they can have the materials for free or a reduced discount for them.
Okay. So, as we have in Kolebu NMTC, do you also have guys partaking in this contest?
No, I think solely at the public health nursing school, it is solely ladies who participate. I don't know, maybe in the future they might consider using guys or
Guys. Okay.
that. But I think only a few schools have these gentlemen also showing that, which is I think it's good, it's ideal because we have both sexes on campus, men and women, or ladies and gentlemen. So usually the direction is of the ladies, and now that the men also are coming in, I think it's best because we want them to be very assertive. At least that form of timidity where they are not able to express themselves when it comes
Themselves.
to
Okay.
it should be the thing of the past.
Okay, thank you. And last but not least, I know you've said it earlier, but what's your take on organizing this program? What are the main benefits you think would have on the students' body?
Right. So my take is that not I don't know, maybe I might be wrong. Not all the institutions embrace these programs on campus.
Exactly.
Even if they are organized on campus, I'm not sure they get the support from the staff, both the teaching and non-teaching staff. Usually they are left on their own. So whatever they do, you see that not all the tutors or all the staff are with them, they are supporting them in any way. I think it's about time that it becomes the thing of the past because these students, after participating in this, their confidence level rises and they are able to do better. They're able to go up to, I think now there are beauty pageants all over. I don't know whether to be erroneous to mention the Ghana Most Beautiful, which you all
Okay.
watch on TV. And they're able to also, there are some students that I know who have participated, although they didn't go far. Other nurses also have participated and they have, gain some experience from that. So from the beginning, at this early stage, if you're able to nurture them, you're able to encourage them or help them to know the essence of this, aside helping them as the benefit I mentioned, which I talk about the leadership skills that they acquire, boosting their self-confidence and self-esteem and other aspects. It gives them the platform to even showcase what they can do for the society. So as part of it, I think the society also benefits. I could hear from your initial interview with the Queen, her interest was because they are dealing with sickle cell.
Okay.
Okay, it has become a motivation to her. So this lady, after winning, I'm sure she can make the project bigger project, but she can even go further by educating the public on sickle cell, what you should do before you even get married, what you should do when you are going to marriage, and in case you have children with sickle cell, we how to manage them at home.
Exactly.
Let me deviate a little bit. Sickle cell, we know it has the burden or the impact of its burden on the people that bring those children to the world is high. If your child has sickle cell, it affects you both psychologically, physically, financially, and everything. Because your child is sick, automatically you also be sick. So I think that's a good platform for them to be able to engage the society, educate them, and give them information on what they should know and other aspects.
Thank you, Mr. Na. Going back to Mr. Aziglo, do you have any final message for us?
Thank you very much once again. So, concerning the pageantry we have on NMTC campuses, I believe it's because the SRC week celebration is not factored into the academic calendar, or let's say the pageantry weeks are not factored into the academic calendar. getting contestants becomes a problem, and then preparation also becomes a problem. So I'll plead on our senior colleagues,
Okay.
principals, to please consider this and then factor it in. And then the patrons of this SRCs, the entertainment committees, and then the entertainment organizations we have on campus, the patrons should also involve themselves. It shouldn't be left onto the organizers to do it solely,
Sure.
because at the end of the day, the organizers might make a decision or bring something on board that will be contrary to the rules and regulations. But because there was nobody to guide them, they had already done it. And then at the end of the day, maybe the tutor might come around and then say that, oh, you can't go on or carry on with this, which will not be helpful because they had gone a long way. Understand? So I'll plead and ask that they also factor this in and make it mega, even though it has been better throughout the years. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Aziglo. Mr. Na, do you also have any final message for us?
All right. Thank you, madam. Basically, I would say that it would be ideal to engage every staff, as I mentioned earlier, both the teaching and non-teaching staff. That's on the aspect of the SRC when they are planning their academic their programs, because only a few schools consider those programs. And my message to my senior colleagues who are my bosses and other colleagues or tutors is that these are our junior colleagues who we are training, and we need to mentor them in whichever aspect. It is not solely about the study of the anatomy, the basic nursing, and coming out as registered nurses and midwives, but these potential that they have, or we expose them to some of these things, give them the platform to also come up with different or new skills. I think now only a few, we have some musicians who are nurses or midwives. And these people can also go to a different terrain to what expose our profession to a higher level. So I'll plead with them to support them in whichever aspect they need their support. And also the students too should try as much as possible and work with their patrons or their deans so that at least they are familiar with their program. Because if you don't work with them and it's getting to time before you go and tell your patron or your dean that this is our program, it's very difficult to factor it into the academic calendar. So I will say that immediately you take over from maybe your previous executives, you should plan your calendar as SRC and submit it to your patron or your dean of students to also submit to management so that they factor it into your. And I think when we do this, there will be fluid relationship, fluid relationship between the student body and the tutor, so that we don't see the SRC as different group aside the entire student. And I will my last message to the students, especially the new ones, when you come to campus in the activities like that, try as much as possible to involve yourself.
Yeah.
You might not know. I don't know whether I can say I'm the one of the shy people in this world. But at least I'll be able to engage myself in some things. Now I can speak publicly. If not, I can teach. If you ask my colleagues who know me from way back, but you have to participate in order to expose you, and you're able to, garner this kind of experiences to talk, communicate in public. So engage yourself in any activity or every activity that your student representative can come up with. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Mr. Na. It was awesome having you both here. Thank you all for coming. Well, I think Face of NMTC is really a helpful program since it has also had a positive impact on me. It has helped build confidence and has also served as a stepping stone for me. Thank you all for following this program. My name is Benedicta Mensah, a student nurse of NMTC Korle.